just telling you the supplements that I take currently and like explaining why. So it's just kind of like a, if you are interested, and there will obviously be some like tapping and shaking sounds. So I hope you all enjoy. So I keep my I should have brought it, but I didn't. But I keep my supplements for the week in a pill organizer like this, and it has 2 weeks worth. Have you seen those? And then you can pop open each day. So I fill every 2 weeks. I'll refill my supplements, and I typically take my supplements during my lunch hour when I'm eating, because a lot of them need to be taken with food, otherwise I'll get like nauseous. There's a couple that I take in the morning as well, and I keep those ones like in my bathroom with my morning stuff. But this is kind of currently how I am like storing my like bottles and stuff of supplements. I just have them like this, and then when I need to refill the weekly, by the 14-day organizer, I'll do that. But yeah, as you can see, this one has like bottles. These are the ones that I like put in my organizer, and then down here has some ones that are like more bulk. I don't know if you can see, but like that's like a bigger bag. And these ones I often also will put in the organizer. So I'll start with these ones. So what is this? Oh, okay. This is just bulk vitamin C, ascorbic acid. So it's just a powder. It's just a white powder. The reason that I bought it in bulk is that I actually have a pill capper. Is that what it's called? It's like basically a thing where you can make your own capsules. So I buy this and then I just make my own capsules. It's definitely a bit of work, but obviously you can save money that way. So this is bulk vitamin C. I try to take this somewhat regularly. Let's see if I have. Oh, okay, here it is. This is the last batch that I put in capsules. As you can see, it almost looks like orange. I think it's because it has like either gotten in touch, the vitamin C has either like gotten in touch with moisture, or I don't know, it's probably oxidized a little bit. Whereas the actual powder should just be like white crystals. But anyway, so that's my vitamin C. This here is this is desiccated liver. Let me explain. I go to the farmer's market and I buy liver, like the actual organ, from grass-fed cows. So good quality cows that, were eating grass. They were butchered, and then you can buy their liver. And I have a dehydrator, and I will those every single day. One of the livers, it's a good source of iron. Back when I was menstruating before I was pregnant, I felt like even though I eat meat, I just always am running low on iron, so this was a good way to get iron. Yeah, good whole foods way to get iron. Like, you know, you can obviously take iron, which, speaking of iron, this is iron. I don't know if I like made these capsules myself. I might have, or maybe I just bought a huge amount. But I do sometimes, not every day, but I'll take iron as well because, like I said, back when I was menstruating, I often was running too low on iron. So, yeah, just something that I think as a woman, when you're cycling, you're like losing more blood than a man. So, good to be aware of. And especially if you maybe don't eat animal products, it's even harder to get iron. And the iron you get from plants is not as bioavailable as from animal products. So, okay, so that is these like more bulk type supplements that I have in this bottom plastic container. And then this top one, like I said, these are all the bottles that I take pretty regularly that I have bought most of these, you know, like on Amazon or something. So I'll just start. Okay, this is vitamin K. Vitamin K. Vitamin K is really good for, like, I think your bone health and, yeah, bones and a healthy heart. It's good for a bunch of other things I totally don't remember, but it's often not necessarily in multivitamins, I think, and it's hard to get in food, so that's why I supplement with this. I tried a while ago, I tried to look at my diet and be like, what areas am I realistically not getting, you know, like what are my weak points nutritionally and in terms of supplements. So vitamin K to me seemed like a kind of a weak point where I probably wasn't getting enough naturally through food and whatnot. So I won't take this, like when I'm organizing my pills for the week, I won't put this in every single weekday, but I'll put it maybe like every other day. Okay, what next? This is vitamin D. Obviously, vitamin D has a lot of really important benefits: immune system, bones, so many things, like just keeping you healthy. Obviously, we make vitamin D from the sunshine, but I live in an area that doesn't get a whole lot of sunshine during the majority of the year, so supplementing is obviously kind of important. I also have fish oil, cod liver oil technically, in my fridge, but I rarely take it, especially during pregnancy, because I've just felt so nauseous. But I'm hoping that after pregnancy I will be able to start taking it more again, because I've been so nauseous during the earlier part of my pregnancy, and then now I'm not quite as nauseous, but I have really, really bad like acid reflux sometimes, and I will gag if I taste the cod liver oil. If I taste it coming up because of my acid reflux, that will just be so gross. So I do not want to do that to myself. But cod liver oil is a great source of natural vitamin D. So I think like when you can get your vitamins and minerals and all that through like whole foods sources, it's always better than to take a supplement. And honestly, I don't know much about this brand, but it's probably not like the best brand. I have quite a few, different brands here, and in all honesty, it is probably worth finding supplement brands that do like a really good job, like confident in saying they do a really good job is this brand, Pure Encapsulations. I forget all the reasons why, but I actually toured their vitamin plant because I did I studied nutrition in graduate school. It's not really what I do for work now, but I did tour their factory, so for a lot of reasons, I think this is a pretty reputable brand. But a lot of these other brands, I'm not quite as certain about. So just know that if you do have the money, it's probably better to buy from a brand that seems to have higher standards. A lot of times that means they're more expensive, but you know, what can you do? Okay, so moving on. Let's see. I've got 2 probiotics. These are like specifically kind of for like women. This is like prenatal and postnatal, and then this one is like feminine health. It's like a probiotic with cranberry. So this one is kind of recommended for like if you're having UTIs or something. Probiotics for vaginal health, and then this one, yeah, is like for pre and postnatal care, which I am prenatal right now and will be postnatal in a couple months. So I'm gonna take these to just try to help get my gut flora in as good of a place as possible, because if you did not know, when the baby is born, if the baby is born vaginally, you know, like in the normal way, like if you don't have to have a C-section or something like that, the baby comes out of the vaginal canal, and that's how they get their first, like, that's how they make their first, like, gut flora themselves, is because they get all of that from the mom. So, might be a little gross to think about, but essentially, that's kind of their first, like, exposure with, like, bacteria and stuff, and it's how they get inoculated. Their own gut gets inoculated with bacteria, so obviously it's important for the mom. If her microbiome is in a good place, it's going to transfer a better microbiome to the baby too, so I'm obviously mindful of that. Okay, here is what I've been taking for a multivitamin. This is by that brand that I was saying earlier was like a really good brand, reputable, not super cheap, but I think worth it. So, Pure Encapsulations, this is the prenatal. I take 2 of these a day, and yeah, it obviously has pretty much most things: vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, E, K, so it has a lot of the things that I also might have other supplements for, as it covers a lot of the bases, but I still have some other stuff that is like a duplicate that I will take. But yeah, like one of the things that's good about this brand is you maybe heard that they recommend to make sure when you're pregnant that you get enough folic acid, because that's really important in preventing like what is it called? Like neural tube defects and stuff in your baby. Basically, if you're deficient in folic acid, like it's really not good for the baby. But a lot of people have what is called an MTHFR genetic mutation, where they can't process folic acid very well. I am one of those people that has some degree of that. So this brand has what is called metformin, acid, is it, I don't remember all the other terms, all the other types of vitamin C, but like, I'm just saying, it's like a whole world. So, you know, if you buy from a better brand that's more expensive, you're hopefully just getting a better product, but I don't know. Okay, so there's that. And then, I don't actually take this one currently, but this is a B complex. It's just, yeah, it's got a bunch of B vitamins in like really, really high values. Like super high. Look at the percentage. But I don't take this one currently, but before I was pregnant, I was kind of taking the B complex with everything else and not really taking a prenatal, or not really taking like a multivitamin, but now I'm just taking the prenatal as a multivitamin. So there's that. Okay, what else? I have also got kelp. Kelp, this is one of those supplements that I put in my like vitamin routine because I saw it as like maybe a little bit of I saw iodine as maybe a little bit of a weak point that I wasn't getting quite enough of. So kelp is a great natural source of iodine. In fact, let's see. Yeah, one of these caps, which is just kelp, it's just dried kelp, has 217% of your daily value of iodine. So the C has iodine in it. That's why salt has iodine in it. Like natural salts, the sort of table salt that you buy has been like totally stripped of all nutrition, and then they will often add back iodine. That's why you see iodized salt. But we don't really buy table salt. We buy like natural rock salts, like sea salt or pink Himalayan rock salt. But anyway, I kind of thought I probably wasn't getting quite enough iodine in my natural diet. So that's why I've got this. I think seafood tends to have iodine often, definitely a lot of these supplements I don't take every single day, but maybe I'll put the vitamin E like every 3 days or something like that, you know? Okay, so just 2 more things to show you. These are the supplements that I take in the morning. So first one is, what is this called? This is called Elemental Orotates for Women, and this is by the brand Mars Venus. So you may have heard of John Gray. He is a psychologist, and he wrote the book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I really like him. I've listened to a lot of talks that he's done on like YouTube. I've read some of his books. I find them helpful thinking about relationships because I do think men and women are different in some fundamental ways. Like, we just produce, you know, different amounts of hormones and things like that. But anyway, he has a supplement brand, I believe, and I heard him in one interview talking about lithium orotate, and how it can be helpful for like things like focus and mood. You may have heard of lithium as prescribed as a psychiatric medication, like typically for people with bipolar disorder. This is a different form than the one that's prescribed and that you need a prescription for. So you can buy this form, lithium orotate, just over the counter on Amazon or whatever. It's lithium carbonate, I think that's the one you need a prescription for, and it's a much higher dose. Typically this is 5 milligrams, and then it's in a different form. So I heard John Gray talking about lithium orotate. He said it was helpful for focus, mood regulation, stuff like that. So I was like, I'll give it a try. So I just went on Amazon and bought just a random brand of lithium orotate. These ones are like, what do you call? They like literally just melt on your tongue. So I'll just take one right now to show you. They're just like tiny little tablets. You can like chew them or let them melt under your tongue. But anyway, I actually had really good results with this, where I actually felt more mentally stable, like nothing crazy, but I did feel the effects subtly, which is nice. Like, I'm always down for anything that helps me out, you know. So then I went ahead and I bought this one because not only does it have the lithium orotate, but it has some other things in it, like what else do we have here? Some vitamin D, some selenium, some chromium, which I think is really good for like blood sugar balance or something like that. So I don't know. I just figured I would try his brand. It's more expensive than this one, but I don't know. It's really hard when you take supplements to like actually know how they're affecting you. Like sometimes it's like I'll take a supplement and I notice, but usually I don't. Like this is probably the only supplement that I like feel like I can notice. These ones. Like I'm not gonna be able to notice if I start taking vitamin E. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just trusting that it's good for my health, but like I don't usually notice it, you know? Okay, and then the last one, which I also take in the morning, is hyaluronic acid. So obviously, you've probably heard of maybe you've heard of hyaluronic acid in a lot of like skin and beauty products. Like you see it a lot of times in like a face cream or even like a lip balm, or I don't know, things like that. Hyaluronic acid holds on to an immense amount of water, so if you get it in, if you have it on your skin, it can like, you know, it can make your face look more hydrated and dewy. But there's all these issues with like putting it on topically. Like, for example, if you don't have like the right, I don't even want to get into it, but I've just seen that it's kind of controversial to sometimes like put topically on your skin. Like sometimes it can wind up drying you out if you're not using it in the right way. Da 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 da. So I've heard that taking it internally, you know, like as a pill, can have a more, like, a better effect. Obviously, you can't put it on a certain spot of your body. You just take it internally, but I've been doing that. You can also get hyaluronic acid through your diet naturally. I believe it's, don't quote me, but I think it might only be from animal products like beef, for example. I think has a decent amount of hyaluronic acid, and I think it might be specifically from cuts of meat that have more like connective tissue, like tendon and things like that, you know. Like a beef stock made from bones might have a good amount of hyaluronic acid, but I don't know, don't quote me, I haven't like looked into that. But anyway, so I take this internally. I take it in the morning because why? I don't know. I think I take it because it winds up being like really gelatinous, so I thought it might be better to take kind of on an empty stomach with like drinking my coffee versus like take it during my lunch hour when I'm eating all my food. I don't know. But yeah, so I take this. This also has vitamin C and biotin, which is a B vitamin. But yeah, so that's that. So that is all of my supplements that I currently take. It's going, oh shoot, there's like another one that I take too that I really want to show you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the last one that I forgot. This is a strange one, but it is called, the brand is Ion Intelligence of Nature. The reason that I found out about this brand is because there is a doctor named Zach Bush. I think it's Z-A-C Bush, B-U-S-H. You can find him online, or like I've watched a lot of his YouTube videos, but I really like him. He's a very, very soulful, spiritual doctor. He used to be just like a mainstream doctor, and then as his career's progressed, he has gotten less and less mainstream and more into deeper concepts like nature and the microbiome and human connection and all of that. But anyway, one of his products is, or I don't know, he might have other products, I don't know, this might be his main product, but it is this, it's Ion Intelligence of Nature, and it's called Gut Support. Basically, from what I can remember, is this is a liquid that you can just do that and put a little in your mouth. I believe this is derived from, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this so wrong. I believe this is like kind of a probiotic type product that is derived from like ancient soils. So like soils that obviously have like a certain amount of natural microbiome going on. Dude, So that is all. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Again, I'm not making any recommendations. I'm literally just telling you the supplements that I have chosen to take for myself. So yeah, like if you're gonna take any supplements, like definitely like just be thoughtful and like think of yourself, and you can talk with, you know, any doctor or practitioner that you're working with, because yeah, like supplements that you can buy over the counter, I think generally tend to be lower risk. That's why you don't need a prescription, but still, like, there's, you know, everybody's different, and some people don't react well to certain supplements and all of that. You might have certain health conditions that are not conducive, like, you know, all of that. So I'm just telling you the ones that I take.